They're coming to get you.
Welcome to the Fear Central podcast. I am Mike.
I am Paul.
And I am Heather.
And we are a weekly podcast bringing you our thoughts and ideas on the horror genre. If you're new here, welcome. If not, then welcome back. Cotter.
Mr.
I'm not doing that.
No.
I'm not going to sing the song.
Welcome back.
Bad enough they put it in commercials right now.
If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. It really helps us grow. Also, reviews and ratings will help us grow as well. How's everybody's week been?
I don't want to answer that question.
Yeah.
It's been a tough week.
It's been a doozy.
It's been a doozy.
You have a doozy of a week.
Did have a doozy.
College
of a week.
kids killing himself all over your property.
They just jumping right in the wood chippers and falling on the stakes. And
I'm going to have to report on that at some point.
sorry.
Just so you know.
Yeah, mine was a little. I had some kind of a stomach bug for most of the week, so I was down and out for a few days.
Well,
So
funerals and
No.
yeah,
and transplant hospitals. It's been a lot.
Yeah.
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 you're transplanting hospitals from where to where?
Well,
From like New Braunfels to Chicago or
just
something?
a quick shout out. Organ donors save lives, guys.
Hells yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very important thing. So.
Yeah.
About
You
how
know,
many organs?
Willing
in
or
horror,
unwilling, it doesn't matter.
About how many
Wait.
organs do you think in a horror film could have been transplanted? I mean,
Well.
I mean, as long as they're not stabbed or shot all the way through.
it's true.
Yeah.
In Spiral from the Book of Saw, I bet there were a lot of organs they could have saved.
That's right.
Right?
They could have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially Mr. Fingy.
Fingy. Fingy.
Dingy.
So what is it? They're supposed to be funny. They're supposed to be fun and entertaining, but a lot of people are finding them terrifying. What would that be?
Disney cartoons.
That could be one. Yes.
Yes.
What else?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese. Yes.
Oh, those animatronics.
Willy's
yeah.
Wonderland.
I mean,
Oh, Willy's Wonderland.
I mean
Yes.
that's the reason Five Nights get so big.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of something else?
I
Though?
was thinking
I think
something
you
else.
are.
They get painted up with their face, lots of colors.
Hookers?
Hookers, yes. They're fun and entertaining, but some people find them terrifying. Yes. I don't know what was with her. She had needles sticking out of her arm as Frankenhooker.
Ooh.
Jesus.
But this week, we are going clowns.
Does anyone else hear that?
Hear what?
Is
Is there something going on?
Does no one?
No one?
Seriously?
No.
What's
What's going on?
Never mind.
Okay.
I guess we're cool.
Were you getting terrified there?
No, there's nothing going on. I don't hear any music.
Little terror.
Nope, we're good.
Is it Terrifier?
What? I believe it's pronounced Terrifier.
Terrifier.
Terrifier. But clowns this week. Clowns.
Clowns.
Yes.
Cloyne.
Seems to be a lot of people with coulrophobia.
Yes, which is a fairly new phobia in retrospect to some of the others.
According to the DMS,
No, it's the DMV.
DMV.
no, it is not.
Just run them over. Just run them right over. Oh crap!
Hold on, I gotta.
She's finding
I
it.
did find out that the record for most clowns in a single vehicle is 31. If you wanted to know that,
Well, that's great.
In a little Fiat 500,
I didn't hear what the
Oh,
vehicle
okay.
was. I'm sorry.
or did they use like mini VW bugs? I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
Did you-
I came with half-assed information.
Half-assed information. Only half your
Manual
makeup
of Mental Disorders, or the DSM.
Ah,
on. The DSM.
yes.
Couldn't remember.
Don't shove me. DSM.
Yeah. I don't think that's what that stands for.
No? Okay.
No.
But clowns actually have a long history.
way back to the Egyptian days.
Yeah, they found
They had
hieroglyphics stating that they had clowns.
Pygmy clowns.
Pygmy clowns?
That's what they had in Egypt. That's what they called them.
Well,
Because they were
Okay.
pygmies?
I don't know.
okay.
I just know that they were called.
Not like the ones in the Scorpion King?
I mean,
But yeah, chlorophobia, the fear of clowns. Everywhere I've researched stated that the first known use for that term was in 1998.
okay.
So, where other phobias have been around for decades and decades and decades.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure arachnophobia is way older than that.
Yeah. Well, I was go ahead and just dropping it out there. I was born in '83.
Oh.
And I do remember throughout the '80s.
Yeah. Stranger danger?
I mean, I remember Stranger Danger, but clowns didn't have that reputation.
No.
Whenever I was younger, like
No,
No.
because we had the happy clowns like
Yeah.
Ronald
I mean-
McDonald and
Bozo
Well, I
the
mean,
clown. And,
Bozo and Clarabelle.
when they started canceling Barnum and Bailey for animal practices and stuff, it started going hand in hand a little bit with clowns.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Some of the research experts are all over the place on when clowns became the not so friendly. Some state they've always been the not so friendly. It's just how you perceived it.
Yeah, you said whenever we were just talking before we started recording, you said that some people cite that they're not able to read the emotions beneath the makeup as one reason that people find them unnerving.
And I can see that's probably the best description I've heard as to why people would be afraid of them.
Are we going ahead and stating biases, whether clowns bother us or not?
If you want to.
Okay.
Do clowns bother you, Paul?
My aunt was a youth minister and then became a pastor, and
Then became a clown.
Well, she was a clown the whole time.
Oh.
Like she was at several of my birthday parties working at, like as the clown.
Oh,
for
right,
the
Man,
party,
to
you know,
be friends with Paul when he was a kid.
I know,
would be
right?
Great.
That'd have been great.
Would have been amazing.
So I saw her as a clown on my birthday parties and other birthday parties. Went to the circus several times whenever I was a kid.
Right.
Whenever they were living in Houston. So grew up around clowns. They never really bothered me all that much.
Right.
So whenever I started realizing it was a thing, I've actually always been kind of like wondering in the back of my mind why it unnerves some people. But like the first thing that triggers to me is like if it's a birthday clown, a la Pogo,
Pogo.
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
There is something unnerving about the fact that you hire an adult who puts on a costume and a bunch of makeup, goes by a completely different name, and is expected to hang around with children. I guess that's a little unnerving as a core concept.
I love
With a
it.
pocket full of balloons.
If you have an innate distrust of humanity or a cynicism about human nature,
Right.
I could see that being something that would immediately unnerve you.
And I think it kind of falls in line with a lot of the other slasher type films, because you look at most of those, they're all masked. Jason, Michael, and that's a lot of the fear in there is because you can't see the face, you can't read any emotion, you can't,
Yeah.
pull anything from him.
Yeah. Well, with clowns specifically, they do have one thing that might make them a little bit more unnerving. It doesn't necessarily do it for me for clowns, but it's on the same wavelength. Jordan Peele is able to do it pretty well in both Get Out and Us. The scenes where people have broad emotions like registered on their face while they're clearly hiding something.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like in Get Out, whenever the maid is going, no,
No.
with like fear in her eyes and a big bright
Yeah.
smile on her
Yeah.
lips, or just straight up the way the unnatural facial expressions of
Yeah.
the others in Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just some of the other things like the guy running all the time, just running.
Yeah.
Probably also the scene where he gets the one flash and he quickly goes from this blank-faced, "Hi, how are you?" to "Get out, go."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I get the unnerving. I get that being unnerving.
Yeah.
Where people's emotions aren't reading right.
Right.
Yeah. So I can see getting unnerved by somebody with a big, broad, painted smile on their face and hiding something behind it.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the one thing about Gacy was he was known for being one of the only clowns that would have pointed edges
Yes.
in his makeup. Most clowns had rounded because it was less threatening.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a psychological thing, or do you think it was a stylistic choice because Gacy was sort of a round dude? Not trying to body shame. I'm a round dude myself, but
Oh no.
I think he may have actually thought about that. I never saw any of his makeup from when he first started before he got into, and I don't know if that progressed or changed, but I think it's like kind of a unwritten rule that you don't have sharp edges so you
Yeah.
don't look
Right.
scary.
well, I mean,
and-
it's like dealing with animation. It's the reason you don't do like pointed edges on your character designs and
Yeah.
stuff unless you want it to feel threatening.
right. So,
Yeah.
some say he's the reason that people became afraid of clowns. Some take it back to, jesters that would do anything and everything to make the king happy and laugh, because if they didn't, they died
Yeah.
in gruesome ways.
Depends on the temperament of the king.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you said that was your aunt,
Yeah.
and you said she was, other than being a clown, she worked like.
A minister.
Youth minister.
Youth minister.
And a pastor after
It
that.
just made me think of what you had mentioned a moment ago about the church in London.
Oh yes, yes. The church that has a service and has every year since 1959 to honor Joseph Grimaldi, and once a year they have the service, and all the church attendees, they all dress in full clown regalia. Can you imagine being a newcomer to the church that particular
Hey,
week
let's
and
try
having
this
no
church this
idea?
week.
Let's try this church.
Please rise for the recession of faith.
So,
Clown music.
if you look at your hymns,
Praise God from whom all blessings flow.
they're leaving. The pastor's always at the door shaking everybody's hand. Thank you for coming. Whatever.
Joy buzzer.
They're like, yeah, joy buzzer, and they're all like wide eyed and whatever. He goes, hello,
Just
and they
as long
just
as,
stare at him. And he's like, well, aren't you gonna say hello?
just as long as he remembers to take the joy buzzer off before he baptizes anybody.
Oh goodness!
Oh, God, yeah.
Talk about a shock.
Baptisms are the flower.
There you go. All right, that works.
It's a christening.
Kids choir comes out with a juggling act.
That's funny.
This is a really this is a nice big top cathedral thing got going on. I like this.
Would be awesome though.
What about you, Mike? Did you ever have like a fear of clowns, or clowns made you uncomfortable, or?
Not really. No, I can't remember a time ever that I went, oh shit, I don't want to be around a clown.
Oh, I definitely did.
I know you did.
Yes.
But no, and by time something like Stephen King's It TV miniseries came out, I was already in my 20s, so I was like, it's a movie, okay?
I've gone on record on that already, but yeah, the first time I saw it, I didn't realize it was a two-parter.
Oh,
So I caught it as an 8-year-old, and I thought it ended with Stanley slitting his wrists in the bathtub.
oh God,
Oh goodness. Goodness.
that's a bad way to end a movie.
I think they left some stuff out.
What happens afterwards? This is
The
bad.
end.
This is- The end.
No.
There you go.
As
That's
an
my
adult,
clowns.
as an adult, I always joke about the fact of like he just wasn't really he didn't know how to conserve his strength when he was writing a suicide note. It has come to pass that I shall now have to take my life. Instead, he just gets out big, scrawling it.
Yeah.
It.
That didn't make any sense to his wife.
No.
You know it didn't.
No.
No.
What do you mean? It what? What's
Right.
it? What? It what?
Well, but I think my fear of clowns, it didn't exactly come from watching it, although that kind of just solidified it when I was a kid.
It didn't really scare me, but scared the shit out of me.
Well, no. That's not what made me afraid of clowns to begin with. And I've mentioned this before, but my grandmother bought a clown doll when I was a baby. And it was the epitome of the creepy clowns that you just, in the 80s, the just full makeup, like full suit clown, and it was a doll. Mm-hmm. Well, it had a string, not a string, it was you pushed its stomach, and it would laugh.
Oh, good. I thought I was
Okay.
gonna pee.
I need to hear it for clarification. So
Yeah.
what did the laugh sound like?
Oh no.
Did it sound
we
like
will not go there.
Jigsaw?
It was very much an it laugh, like just it was awful. So this clown, my grandmother was so excited about giving me this clown. So every
it sounds
time
like
she
a
would
real
come,
special gift.
well, so
I bet
every
you were
time she would
grateful.
come,
Yeah.
I would have to have this clown on display. Mm-hmm. But when she would leave, this clown got put away because it terrified me. I couldn't have it in my room. So
Like the taxidermy in Lost Boys?
well,
Just put it in the
so
closet.
Then
Glass
we
case.
watched. So then, when I was young, I watched It, which completely solidified my fear of clowns when I was little because the stupid clown and It laughed the same damn way. Okay, it was
Yeah. So
it was awful. It was bad. It was truly horrifying. Well, so I guess I was probably 14 or 15, and we were moving. And we were in the attic, and we found the damn
doll.
clown that I thought we had gotten rid of
well,
years
I've been
ago.
waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, needless to say, it got put in a box,
Mm-hmm.
in a bag, in a box, in another box, in a trunk that was locked and wrapped in plastic and left in that house in the attic. So
Well, that's a
good luck to whoever
fun
lived
gift.
in that
Yeah.
house.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Like-
fun gift for the new homeowners because they're like, oh, there's got to be something amazing in here.
A body.
There's locks and bags and boxes.
And it was
Did you hear
a
the drum
clown.
go off? Is it
Well,
Jumanji?
but see, the thing is that when we found it in the attic, of course, my dad picked it up, and the damn thing laughed. It had been in the attic for years,
Well, it was
apparently, and the
Somebody
stupid thing
picked me
laughed.
up.
No, that was the end of it. And I couldn't do clowns. We went to the circus, and I would like be shaking with my kid, with taking the kiddos to see Ringling Brothers, and they'd have the clowns, and I'd be shaking.
And
because I just
40 of them
couldn't
come
do
out of
it.
the car.
Yes, it will just.
31 max.
31.
Oh, sorry. Anyways, and so
Rob Zombie?
exactly. But so clowns were always like this terrifying thing for me, and it was always kind of it just got me every time. Well, so a few years ago, Mike and I were talking, and I was like, and I would have dreams, like vivid nightmares of the shower scene. Like, to this
She
day,
can't-
I don't go in the bathroom that has a floor drain.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't.
She'll go to those 2 stalls down
I'll
or
go
something.
I'll go all the way down. If it's a gross stall, I'll hover because I cannot do a floor drain in a stall. I just can't.
Oh my God, fat bastard left a floater. But you know what? There's no drain here. I'll just.
There's no drain. But so a few years ago, Mike and I were talking about clowns, and we were talking about it, and I was like, well, I haven't watched it since I was a kid. It gives me nightmares, and
I was like, oh, well, I have it.
and Mike was like, oh well, I'll have it. And I'm like, oh. So one day I was like, hey Mike.
Yeah. Out of the blue, just like calls me. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, not much. She goes, grab it and come over.
Yeah.
I was like, the movie. Grab it. Bring it over.
Grab it. Bring it over. I was bound and determined to get over this fear. And we watched it, didn't have a nightmare, and now it's one of my favorite books.
I think she's
have
listened to the
penny-
audiobook like 4,000 hours.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hours. And
So 5 times.
Something like that, yeah.
I've listened to it a lot. In fact, I'm about a third of the way through it again. Charlie
Oh,
wanted
6
to,
times now.
Oh, no, it's more than that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
It's
definitely
44 hours for the
It's
audio
44
book.
hours for the audiobook, and I've
She-
listened to it
she-
about.
She gave me access before we watched it, chapter 2.
Yes, I've listened to it about 9-10 times.
I know it's been
It's
a lot of times.
It's a lot of, but I spend a lot of time in the car.
That's true.
So I like a I I like a good audiobook for the car. Oh yeah. Oh goodness. Ooh. Oh my. Oh. If anybody's wondering, we have that we have a giant demon dog, and I mean giant, and she has some.
Weaponized farts that come from across the room.
Yes, it's tear gas, and it's bad right now.
Glad I have sinus issues.
Good for you.
Yeah, wish I could say the same. But no, so Mike brought it over and we watched it, and I've listened to the book. I have Pennywise, memorabilia up. I have,
Yep. And I'll be sure to get you that statue of him coming out the shower drain.
oh god.
Mm-hmm. Just, since you've balded your floor, we should just put one right there in the center.
No.
It's a real simple Halloween
Yeah.
decoration,
We'll
actually.
just slap it right down.
Now, do you mean a clown coming out of the floor or a drain?
Just a drain. Just in case the dogs pee, you can just wash it out through the drain.
Oh Jesus.
How about a drain and it's like motion activated and it sounds
click
like
a button.
children talking to you?
Oh, yeah, that would be awesome.
No thank you.
Hey, Georgie.
These guys, they're trying.
We're here, Beverly.
Yeah, they're just trying to, have me have a heart attack.
Big
But,
animatronic, it just starts widening.
but no, since then, it's not. Clowns have not really bothered me much, and I would watch clown movies like even before, like after I watched it, but it was the one that was terrifying to me.
And when it comes to the shower scene, it wasn't the drain with the clown coming out of it that bothered me. It was the extending nozzles coming out of the wall. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not
right.
going in the shower. They're all just going to come out at me.
But
Can't do that. Then I'll be super clean. Damn. So hot.
yeah. So
Yeah,
But there's a lot of clown movies.
there are.
Not a lot of them all top notch, but
one of my
I was
favorites.
about to say we should talk about good ones. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I've
we
seen,
talked about it.
We
so
talked about
okay.
it, but one of my favorite is the classic B movie, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh yeah.
I have always wanted a cotton candy gun. I mean,
Now,
how
I've-
much
I've
fun
heard-
would that be?
And I'm not sure if this is true, so if anybody knows, shoot us a line and let us know. But I've heard that the original creators are looking to remake it
Really? Okay.
as kind of a, hey, we have a little more money now, we have a little more, technology, we can do a little more with it.
Yeah, but you're taking if you're gonna put in top-notch money and budgeting and such
Well, I think they should put
for a
Scarlett Johansson.
movie that was fantastic because it was a B movie.
Oh yeah, that's why a lot of them
Because
get
it
that cult
was
status.
Just it was just ridiculous and just fantastic all at the same time.
And for all of you out there that say that Stephen King's It is what made clowns scary, I would have to say no, because the clown scene in Poltergeist happened many years before that.
Yeah, but the clown scene in Poltergeist didn't affect me.
No?
Because it was a
Well, it's because Pennywise laughed like your clown
yes.
is what affected
And
you.
that's what affected
But
me so much. But
I would think that the clown in Poltergeist wrapping its arm around the neck and pulling him out the window and whatever was a little more scarier than just some clown digging a grave site and going, hiya.
yeah.
Does it really count for dolls, though? I mean, I will say, Hell House LLC has a very unnerving clown doll that keeps showing up in the basement in that movie. I don't know. With Poltergeist, it's like it is straight up just feels like a child's toy that was handed down from a parent to a child.
Yeah.
Like it does not feel like it came from the era in which that movie came out.
Right.
Yeah, it felt like a 50s or 60s.
So it could have
Yeah.
been that way for you if you go,
could have been.
oh shit, that's like my grandma gave me
Yeah.
a doll.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had one of my best friends was straight up like, hated everything clowns.
Mm-hmm.
So when my Aunt Vicky was retiring, like going from one office to going from one office to another, anyways, she had to pare down quite a bit.
Yeah.
And she remembered there was one thing that was on her office that I used to really like when I was a kid, and it's a ceramic or porcelain clown that like pivots, like sways back and forth with like a clarinet, and when you press the switch, it plays The Entertainer.
Really?
Do 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 do.
Right.
Yeah. She brought that over unceremoniously. Every time my friend came over after that, he would like pick it up and take it out of the room and put it into the living room.
So speaking of those kinds of things, the other thing that kind of got me was had this fear of clowns. One year for Halloween, my parents made me dressed up as a clown. We won't go there. But my uncle always had an affinity for the sad clown, like the Weeping Willie. Is that what the painting was with the
Yeah, I
the
know.
sad
Right.
clown?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I believe that's what it's called, the Weeping Willie. Anyways, but he had an affinity for those. I'm almost positive that's what it is.
No, keep
I was going to say,
talking.
isn't it the
But,
same makeup that Red Skelton used? Was the one in that painting?
Yeah, something like that. But it was he had these just all over the place, like the paintings, and it just was
Wow.
Weary Willie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a really nice painting, though. I would own it.
If you search
The
up
hobo
sad
clown.
clowning paintings, you'll get a whole bunch of things you probably don't want to look at.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
This is
He was the hobo clown.
Yeah.
That's what my
Which is what Red Skelton would dress up for
Yeah.
because he came from that Depression era.
yeah.
yeah. So I don't even know if this counts for this podcast, but a movie I do like that features clowns and is bizarre beyond belief.
Freaks?
Ballada Triste del Trombone, the sad trombota, the sad ballad of the trumpet. It was
Okay.
called The Last Circus in America.
Oh, okay.
So it's a movie about a love triangle between a happy clown, a sad clown, and a trapeze artist. The happy clown.
Thought he
is
was
an
going to say a
abusive-
trans clown.
I thought that's where he was going too. I was like, wait,
Well,
okay.
happy clown's an abusive jerk who's like with the trapeze artist.
Oh, yeah.
The sad clown is like the butt of everybody's jokes and everything like that, and he and her have kind of like unrequited love going on. But it's like set in the 30s during a time of rebellion in Spain, which is where it's set. So by the end of the movie, it is an allegory for the violent insurrection that happened in the country and everything like that. And
Okay.
there's like a killing spree towards the end. It is an insane, insane movie.
Wow.
Definitely sounds like something I need to watch.
Yeah.
But
There's actually even a clown motel in Nevada.
yeah.
There is.
Yeah. And it's
Not
known
sure
to be
that-
the America's scariest hotel.
I'm not sure that
Motel.
I want to stay there. Like, I don't, like, my fear of clowns is not, it is long past, since past. But I don't know that staying in a motel that is completely decorated with clowns and waking up in the middle of the night and having some big giant clown looking at you would be something that I would be willing to do.
Oh, why not?
I mean, I'd be willing to go and visit, you know, but I don't know that I'd want to sleep there.
But you'd have smiling faces watching over you.
That's right.
I'm good.
It was
Totally
built in or opened in 1985 by Leona and Leroy David.
I've seen pictures of it.
It's in dedication to their father, Clarence David, who's buried in the old Tonopah Cemetery right next door. Their father was a clown lover and left a collection of 150 clowns in his home when they decided to use it as a theme for the focal point of the motel.
Huh.
And I think every one of those figures is like in the lobby.
Wow.
There's a lot of clowns in a lobby.
Yeah.
Today, our motel offers a little bit of something for everyone. It is home to over now 2,000 clowns from every era in the and corner of the earth.
Whoa.
They have 31 rooms. To go with the 31 clowns. Came out of the car.
Huh.
They feature a 2 to 3 custom clown art painting, along with air conditioning, heating, a refrigerator, and more. So every room has a unique clown painting.
Neat.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if each room has their own name then.
Oh, look, there's a link here. Planning on filming? Maybe I'll go there.
Well, you got to spend the night there first.
That's true. But you get complimentary coffee in the morning,
Well, good.
free Wi-Fi,
Yep.
daily housekeeping. It's pet friendly. But it is in Tonopah, Nevada.
You and your dog could get killed in the Clown
right.
Hotel.
Why not?
Well, it sounded like
Oh, look what's in the gift shop. Look at the mannequin.
Oh, that is sweet. That is awesome.
It's a mannequin with a Jason mask.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with clowns, but
Oh, it's not bad. The clown suite is $120.
that. Yeah.
Theme room 108 from It is $120.
they have
Theme
an
room
It
for The Exorcist, $120.
Wait,
So they've turned it into a horror hotel.
Yeah. Theme room 210 from Halloween.
So there you go. It doesn't have to be. It
Theme
doesn't have
room
to be-
214 is Friday 13th.
I want to see some more pictures of this It room.
You don't want to stay in the Halloween room?
I just want to know if there's a drain in the floor.
Oh, it's called the Clown Vis Suite. Clown Vis and all his fans. Okay.
Now, see, the standard room doesn't look too bad. The standard room at the Clown Motel is not but $80,
Yeah.
and it has a clown on the door on the outside and one painting. That's the only clowns in the room, unless that comforter is made of clowns' faces.
Yeah.
Made of clowns.
It's made of clowns.
I can't really.
So
tell.
snuggly.
Yeah, right.
This blanket is very warm.
It honks at me all the time.
But
Well, the suites come with 2 queen beds, so that's a pretty good sized bed.
Are they a sponsor this week, Mike?
It would be nice.
Well,
I
doing a
don't.
lot of ad read here.
Well, you
Well,
know.
we just want to know how much it is, so when we go,
Right, so when we go,
yeah,
we know.
don't know how much it's going to cost us.
I hope this helped the listeners.
Yes,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Y'all should
But
go.
the reason that I found out about this motel was because I watched a movie called Clown Motel, and they shot their film there. And Chris, which is absent with us this week, she's homesick.
Oh,
Sorry.
we miss you, Chris.
She's like, "Oh, they shot this at the real place. That looks like the real Clown Motel." I was like, "There's a real Clown Motel?" She goes, "Yeah." So I looked it up, and I was like, "Holy shit, there is." So that's how I found out about it.
Well, there you go.
And if you're a clown lover, Nevada, that's where you want to go.
Nevada is for clown lovers.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. No one. No one.
Go away, kitty. Don't touch buttons on the stuff.
Almost had a cat lay on the equalizer.
All right.
Man.
Soundboard.
So we barely touched on them then.
Okay.
All right. Other unnerving clowns throughout film. I mean, the ones that people know by name. I'm guessing Captain Spaulding is on that list.
Yes.
I would put him on there, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which, R.I.P. Sid Haig.
Yes.
But I don't know what I feel about that as a character. He's so vulgar.
Yes. Very, very much so. He's the sweary clown.
Well,
Sweary
there's that
clown.
and a lot of perverse comments all the time and
yes.
everything.
Yes.
I don't know if I feel the clown in 31 is more unnerving than Captain Spaulding or not. I mean, time you get to the end of Devil's Rejects, they've tried to make him very...
Yeah.
They've tried to make all the Firefly family sympathetic somewhat,
Yeah.
somehow, even though you witness them torture
Right.
people.
Right.
Torture?
Another one that I find unnerving is the one from Eli Roth's Cloyne.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the dad who's... spoilers if you haven't seen this movie.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's right. You have not. Okay,
have
so
not?
these parents hire this clown for their kid's party. Well, he pulls out. Well, the dad goes and finds a clown costume. Well, he puts it on. Once he puts it on, he can't take it off. And so then the rest of the movie is him trying to get this off and being creepy. And there's this whole legend. And Peter Stormare is in it. And he's Carlston or Clark Carston or something. That's his
Okay.
character's name. He's great,
I
but
like
he's
Peter
got
Stormare.
the whole legend of the Cloyne is what they called it instead of a clown. The Cloyne,
Yeah. That was like
So-
the ancient name.
the ancient name for that was
Yes.
the Cloyne. So, if you have not seen it, you should. It's
Mm-hmm.
good. It's
Okay.
it's not a terrible one. It's not
No,
gonna
it-
be like what was the other one you watched? Clownado.
Oh, yeah. I've watched
Clowntergeist?
several in the last few days. There's one called Clown Face. It's from England, Britain, somewhere in that area. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of the same. This guy just decides to take some human skin, make a clown face out of it, and put it on, and then go around and start killing people. But-
Okay.
It had a lot of potential.
Like Halloween meets It.
Yeah, kind of. But there was really no backstory for why
Halloween.
he was
Oh my
putting
God.
his...
Texas Chainsaw Massacre versus combines with It. My bad.
Yeah.
I got a little.
Well, there was a clown in Halloween at the very beginning.
Yes, I know. I know, but that's not what I meant.
There was no backstory as to why. I mean, even in
Dude just decides to put on a face and go kill people.
pretty much.
Oh,
I mean, even in Chainsaw Massacre, there's at least some part in there where the family explains why he's
well, it's a mood.
So, Clownado, oh horrible, bad.
Anything called Clownado cannot be fantastic.
If you think Sharknado was fun, Clownado is not.
Oh,
So, something that I like very ironically.
If you like boobs, Clownado's okay.
The clowns are topless.
Pretty much everybody they attack gets that way.
So they slash their shirts off.
Kind of, yeah.
did you say something
Depends
about some
on-
like balloons or something?
Yeah, there's one scene where before they become the Clownado, in order to punish his girlfriend for trying to cheat on him, he strips her down, covers her in balloons, throws her on the knife-throwing block, and starts popping the balloons with darts in front of everybody
To reveal
in the
her
audience.
nakedness.
This is the villain.
Yeah, he becomes the head bad clown.
Okay.
You bad
I
clown.
was hoping you weren't going to say that's the protagonist.
Yeah, that's protagonist. No, I'm not sure if I can understand. I understood which one was because there's so many characters at you. You're just like, okay, is he the really good guy, or is is she the good? No, she died. She's not the good guy. Okay,
Well, I mean, maybe. Just because they die.
it's true. I mean, it was proven in Psycho. You
Yeah.
can kill the main character off halfway through.
Yep.
Yeah.
She loved that on the remake because she's like, yes, Aunt Ash died.
Very much so. Very much so. That is not an actress I want to watch in anything.
6 days, 7 nights?
Nope.
6 days, 7 nights.
Cannot stand her.
No?
Sorry. Sorry to Anne Heche fans out there. I just ugh.
Ugh.
She rubs me the wrong way.
Clowntergeist had potential. traditional B-style movie, upcoming people wanting to be, professional actors and actresses.
Yeah.
Just not enough experience or bad direction on how to act the scene out or whatever. But it had potential. That one was... The storyline was a little weird. It was about some ghost clown that started killing people, but they couldn't find him because he was a ghost, but then he would appear. It was just...
That was one with the clown demon ghost, right? Demon clown?
No, that was Clown Motel. No, which one was that? Like I said, I watched so many in the last few days.
Was that
None of them great.
Clowntergeist?
That might have been, Clowntergeist.
With the demon clown ghosts.
No. Which one was that? See, I've watched Clowntergeist, Clown Motel, Clown Face, and there was one other one I watched. I cannot remember the name of it now. I'd have to go to my Tubi history. Most of these are on Tubi. Free movies, free
There you
TV.
go.
A lot of them. Lots of clown movies on
You
there.
want to watch the movies and you're not picky.
Yeah. If you don't mind ads. But we watched 31.
Yes, we did.
What's another one we watched?
That one's Rob Zombie, right?
31 was the Rob Zombie one,
Yeah.
yes. As opposed to the one with Tim Curry we talked about,
Yes.
which was, I forget
Ginger
the name.
Clown.
The what? Ginger
Ginger
Clown,
Clown.
that's right.
Yeah.
Ginger Clown was fun.
Yeah.
It was a horror comedy for like very 80s style,
Yeah.
where these teenagers, they dare someone to go into this haunted amusement park, and Tim Curry plays the clown, and
Yeah.
it was we
It was a
laughed.
fun ride, yeah.
We laughed. It was fun.
Yeah. It is interesting. I mean, by the very nature of, having a clown as your antagonist, though, it makes everything a little broad and cartoony.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's sort of what clowns are. I mean, everything is slapstick comedy and all that
Right,
kind of stuff.
right.
So you can't really do a sinister, insidious type horror movie.
Yeah, I don't think
and
you could
have
use
it
a clown
centered
as-
around the clown. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think you could have a clown like Lipstick Demon. It's all just in your face, kind of.
Yeah.
There was Demonic Toys because they had the Jack in the Box clown that would chase you and whatever.
And then there was the Jester and Puppet Master.
Yeah, Jester and Puppet Master. Killjoy, oh my God, another one that's
Yeah, we got all the 90s direct-to-video right here.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much. And the only reason I know about Killjoy is because my wife had purchased me a DVD box set, and it had. I think it was.
How many of them?
I think it was a 3 Ginger Dads, Mans,
Yeah,
and
with
then
Gary Busey.
and then the other one was 3 Killjoys, and I was like, "What the hell is Killjoy?" So I put them in. For some reason, I ended up watching all 3 of them. I went, "Why did I just waste 8 hours?"
8 hours for 3 movies. Man, the runtime on these are massive.
That's what it felt like.
47 days. It took 47 days.
7 days. But you were asking earlier, can we count, the clown dolls with Poltergeist as?
Killjoys are only an hour 12.
Yeah, they're not long.
They're not long.
But watch them, you'll be like
47 days.
you'll be like 47 days.
Yeah, we're talking clown dolls. Yeah.
Right. So I was wondering if you thought, like with Demonic Toys, the Jack in the Box, do we count that as a clown or is it a toy or?
I mean,
Well, it's a combination of both.
Because you also
Yeah.
had you
know.
had the clown ventriloquist in Dead Silence.
Ooh.
that, okay. But I mean, that one's less about that one actually does, even though I'm not going to pretend it's a great movie, that one does actually have an unnerving atmosphere for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really have to do with the clown aspect, but it's definitely a performance type of thing.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Because like the whole her on stage and then everything getting real quiet every time that she's around and
Yeah.
all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've seen a fair amount of movies with clowns that are horror movies, but I typically I was into the carnival atmosphere as a background for horror. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much of that coincided with me liking Insane Clown Posse when I was in junior high and
Oh
high
yes.
school.
Oh yes. Gotta have a little ICP.
House of Horrors.
I mean, I'd be like, if I'm going on tour, I'm not going to go to the Coliseums, put up a big tent in the parking lot.
Yeah. Spray everybody down with diet soda.
Fago.
Well, so carrying on from that, I typically do respond well to American Horror Story Season 4, Freak Show,
Freak show.
Love Freak Show.
which John Carroll Lynch's Twisty is one of the
Twisty.
highlights of that.
Oh,
Yes.
he was great in that part.
Yeah.
He's great in everything.
That's true.
But,
He's a great
Yeah.
actor.
yeah, but he does swing between just straight up menacing to slightly sympathetic.
Yes.
And does it pretty effortlessly.
Yeah. Was it a shock to you when he pulled the mask off?
I mean, I knew his eyes. I knew who. What? Oh, you're talking about the
The
Yeah,
mask.
the
Yeah, the
facial
prosthetics.
Yeah.
And,
I hadn't heard
I
much
hadn't
about
either.
it at the point. So
Yeah.
It was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
No wonder he wears the mask.
yeah. What about y'all out there? Did pulling that bottom mask off make you go, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Honestly, I think the bigger question is whether it was creepy to you or sad to you.
Right.
Because honestly, it made me sad. Is
Yeah.
what my reaction was to that.
Well, because then it showed when he took the thing off, it showed his backstory and
Yeah.
how he
Right.
got that way, and it
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, because they flashbacked right after he pulled that off, didn't
yes.
he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been a while
It's got
since I
that
watched
whole spiritual going to join the carnival and death thing going
Yes.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
With Wes Bentley. That was the ringmaster, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't even know if you call it a movie, but The Devil's Carnival, that was done
Love
by
The Devil's
Darren Lynn Bozeman and Terrence Zadunik, the guys that did Repo, the Genetic
Repo,
Opera.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
loved
right.
it. It was
Well, they've got Ivan Moody, the rock star, playing the hobo clown in there, and he rules in that scene.
Yes, he does. He does.
I was trying to think. So yeah, whenever I was in high school, I watched anything that had the carnival atmosphere, and I watched some terrible things for it.
Yeah.
The Wes Craven produced Carnival of Souls, not to be confused with the classic black and white movie.
Oh, right.
Which is fantastic, by the way. If you have not seen it, you should. It's on HBO Max.
It is.
Was that HBO?
I actually
I was trying to remember. That was the
I actually
platform.
think it might have transitioned to Shudder too at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Shutter 2?
No.
As Shutter also as well.
In addition.
In addition.
But yeah, that one was like psychological horror about a girl coming to terms with her dad's violent past and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of controversial to even mention the movie at this point, but I did watch Clown House back in the day.
I think that one popped up in the list, and I was going to watch it, but I didn't.
Well, you know who the director is.
I don't.
You're free to not say his name if you don't want to, but it's the director of the Jeepers Creepers movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one is directly tied to a lot of the complaints against him as a child predator, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's also Sam Rockwell's first movie.
Is it really?
Yep, he's one of the teenagers that's terrorized by
You
three.
can throw it out there because I couldn't remember Roman Polanski.
No, not Roman Polanski.
Is he
you
even
gonna
allowed
tell
back
us?
in America?
Hold on, it'll take me a second to remember. So, is IMDb not the first thing? Victor Salva? Does that sound right?
Victor Salva?
Sound right.
That does not sound right.
The fast fingers, go for it.
I should just look up Clown House.
Yeah.
No, it's Victor Salva.
Oh, okay.
But
They're
Yeah.
I don't
deep
know.
at it.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just didn't sound right. It's when
No.
No.
I thought I remembered Salvo, but I was like, I'm not going to just throw the name out there.
Yeah.
It's like I'm talking about an accused child predator. It's this guy, and he'll be listening. He's like, "What the hell?"
Don't call me for an interview.
it was in the media. We don't know if it's true. We're not we're not pointing fingers. We don't know. It's just what was said.
Yeah. Anyways,
I don't know. I don't remember when the stigma of how clowns went from "Hi, boys and girls" to "Hey, how you doing?"
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. The ghost with the moose.
Babe.
You know, because growing up, clowns were fun. You know, you had Ronald McDonald, you had Bozo, you had all those others. Yeah, they had the clown doll and Poltergeist. Some people got scared. Didn't scare me. I kind of saw it coming with the way they were moving that thing around throughout the film.
Yeah.
So to me, no, clowns have never been something I can just point my finger at and go, that scares the shit out of me. But it does change when it becomes reality.
Right.
Because we had, in 2016, a lot of people running around as clowns, scaring people.
Yeah.
They were, standing in the middle of the street.
But even then, like whenever that happened, that was in my own mind that just read as widespread pranks and
Right.
dares. So whenever like people say there's like all these violent people are dressing up as clowns, I'm like, why do you say they're violent? Well, they're hanging around in woods. I'm like, yeah, because they're trying to scare you.
As
Right.
opposed to,
they're being jerks.
there was one or two where they like stood in the middle of the road with a gun in their hand or something.
Isn't there a
Have you watched online prank videos, Mike? People like to carry those out to the most dangerous extremes.
It's true. You know, was this the beginning of the challenge thing? Challenge. Just the clown challenge. Can you dress as one and scare people?
It doesn't take much for some people.
That's true. That's true. You can dress up as Mr. Rogers and stand in the middle of the street with a gun. They'll be like, whoa.
And that is also interesting to me that it's like for the people that are really unnerved by clowns, you can't really water it down too much because how many high school haunted houses are just like, this is the clown room.
Yeah.
And then in 2 rooms, here's Clown Room, the sequel.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if they still do it. Okay, but during the month of October, there's this place called Hurt Donuts. Hurt's Donut.
Hurt those donuts.
Hurt's Donut.
Okay.
Well, in the month of October, they have like 19 locations or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They will deliver your donuts via Scary Clown.
Nice.
Okay.
Just
I would
to your
totally do
office,
that,
just
too.
show up to your office with like evil clowns, you know.
I'd just walk in and be like, can I be the clown? You don't have to pay me. I'll just deliver them for you.
And it's in. Can you guess where it is?
Well, Dallas?
Dallas.
Yeah.
It's in Dallas.
But they wouldn't deliver way out here, though.
Oh, I know who to send donuts to.
Ooh.
Dawn.
Ooh, she don't like clowns?
No. Send donuts to Dawn at school.
Well, if I was that small, there would be a lot of things
yeah,
to
send
say.
send a creepy clown to school. That'll be fun.
Kids love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
She's talking to the
The
cat.
feline is adamant today.
No.
It's like, I know if
She's
I
very
climb
pushy.
over there and get in his lap, he will die.
She is very pushy today.
Yeah.
Don't stare at me like that.
The last couple of weeks, she hadn't come out of the back room, but now she's like, "Love me."
There's
Let
time
me
for
climb on
others.
everybody.
Yeah.
John
So creepy
Turturro.
clowns.
Creepy clowns.
Creepy, non-creepy,
Or if you're
clowns.
French, creepy clowns.
Or in the old days, cloynes.
Yes, like Terrifier.
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 Yes.
Perrault,
Hello.
the mime.
But yeah, let us know your thoughts on clowns. Do they scare you? Do they not scare you? Do you
Have they ever scared
Have they
you?
ever scared you? Did you
If
wake
so,
up
when?
screaming at the night
What
because of
year
a clown
was
dream?
it? Where were you?
Right?
What was your 14th chromosome? No, I'm kidding.
Chad? Did clowns ever scare you when you were a kid? No. Oh, God. The husband collected the clowns.
Living clowns?
Where'd they all go? Where'd they all go? There is one in Clown Motel movie.
Well, that's what. Yeah, pygmy clowns back in Egypt.
Pygmy
Yeah,
clowns.
pygmy clowns in Egypt. What happened to all your clowns?
They are at my parents' house.
Oh, you should bring them home.
I think my wife had
We can put a nice shelf right over there above your bed. Have them up there.
Mike, I think you better watch it.
He might end up with a house full of clowns.
If you need some help moving some boxes,
Yeah.
just let me know.
Yeah, we'll send them to your house and see how well your significant other likes them.
She told me I can't even buy the Monkey Shines monkey.
Yeah.
I want one. She's like,
Yeah.
no. I was like, why not?
She's afraid you're going to open a portal in your home.
I told her I was going to get it. I wanted Annabelle also.
Oh, I'm sure she enjoyed
Like
that.
just a Raggedy Ann doll?
Yeah, it's a big one, giant one, like the real Annabelle. And have it propped up on a nice Dybbuk box.
You ever watch that 70s cartoon with Raggedy Ann?
Yeah,
That's honestly creepier than
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Annabelle stuff.
Yeah. And how come she didn't partner up with Andy when she became Annabelle? Just be like, I need a friend. Come on. Not you, Cooper.
Aw,
Where are you going? What are you doing over there?
I don't know.
You don't know.
sniffing balls.
Lord.
Just watch the clowny faced ones. So yeah, clowns this week. We were asking, you stopped to ask Chad, but we were asking them to let us know
Yes.
if clowns have ever scared them. If it did, when? You know, when you were younger, did you grow out of it? Did it come later? Any movies you think we should partake in that have clowns in them? Because we were talking earlier, big budget. There's not a whole lot of clown big budget other than Stephen King's It
Yeah.
that I can find.
Which makes,
You know of any?
which makes,
I mean, because 31 was a bigger budgeted film for zombie, but it wasn't like super big budget film. Like,
it makes sense. That'd be why the clown leagues target it whenever it comes back up every time.
it's true.
Yeah, they're
It's
not
true.
a big fan.
No.
It's like already have a hard enough time. Don't put us in the media's.
Yeah.
Scare like intentional child murders.
We don't want to be in that classification. Not all of us are giant spiders from another dimension.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. So, we will leave it right there.
Okay.
Okay, bye. No. So, yeah, clowns this week. Shoot us a line. For all things Fear Central, go to fearcentral.net. That's where you can find pretty much all the places that you can find us to subscribe or check wherever it is you prefer to receive your podcast from. We also have a lot of information there. We have a new page coming up talking about our new show that we're currently working on.
What?
Huh? What was that?
Do you hear at that time?
What? Cooper?
No,
No?
not Cooper.
Not Cooper?
That's not what I'm hearing.
You're not hearing that?
No.
Oh.
So anyway, if you go to fearcentral.net, you can find all the many ways to listen to us.
That's right. And then we're going to be working on the new thing we were discussing. we watch short films, give a review,
Yeah.
and possibly talk with the director and whatever. But yeah, all things Fear Central over at fearcentral.net. We hope y'all have a good week. We will have a great week ourselves. And as always,
Stay scared.